field trip, or any other event, contact Jenny Lamb, our director, at director@samdavishome.org. Visit our Facebook page or give us a call at 615-459-2341.
Hey, I'd like to tell you guys about Crusader Auto Works in Smyrna. About 4 years ago, we bought this facility. It's about a 25,000 square foot facility that handles all your automotive needs in the Smyrna, Tennessee marketplace. Everything from collision to full auto service and classic car restorations and customs. And so I think we're one of the only locations in Middle Tennessee, anywhere of that size and that capability that can handle any car need that you have, whether it's a modern day car, sports car, or a classic car of any kind. We can take care of what you need at Crusader Auto Works.
Hey, I'm Floyd, and I'm inviting you to join me at CR. That's Celebrate Recovery. We meet at Family Worship Center, 3045 Memorial Boulevard on Sunday at 6 p.m. We're a 12-step Christ-centered program that offers help for all the hurts, habits, and hang-ups that's causing you pain. The program works if you work it, and I'm proof. For other CR groups, go to CelebrateRecovery.com and click on the group finder. Hope to see you soon.
Portions of our programming have been pre-recorded. The Good Neighbor Network, WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna. Flagship station for MTSU Sports. The views and opinions on this show are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of WGNS, its management, other hosts, or advertisers.
This is Conversations with Mike Sparks.
Are you concerned with the state of America, your state, your community? Then you're in the right place. State Representative Mike Sparks. He and guests are here to talk about local politics, history, faith, and freedom.
You're listening to Conversation Mike Sparks playing the most offensive song in Rutherford County. Now, there is another one that's more offensive, and I wanted him to play that after the commercial break. Did you get my text, Connor?
Yes, I did.
Okay. That's another very offensive song that's going to irritate some people. But the good thing is the people in the house, in this studio, won't be offended. And here in a little bit, I got my buddy, Michael Carnes, filmmaker, helped me with the John DeBerry story, and his lovely wife, Leslie, that's right. I was going to say Teresa. I'm sorry. Takes me a while to remember names. I need to get good at that. You know what I mean? That is a gift right there. But before we get in there, I want to give a shout out to the late Jerry Graham. He passed away last week, and attended the funeral. Spoke at the funeral yesterday, and thank you to all. Christy Pugh that helped, Tony Campbell and his family, Jeremy and Josh and his widow Brenda, and the Smyrna Fire Department. I think Chief Brian Goss and Mayor Esther Reed may have been involved with some of that. I was over at Steak and Shake after Roger, and I seen the firemen come over, and they were hanging out with Josh a little bit. That was really sweet.
Yeah, it really was, you know.
Who you think masterminded that?
Maybe Christy. I mean, she probably knew.
Man, she's good.
Yeah, she knew somebody to call. Probably.
Yeah, that was really sweet. How many cars they have out there?
I'd heard 133.
Man, there was a lot of cars out there.
That's what Mike Morton had posted.
You know, I got to did a proclamation, and we presented a flag from the Capitol to his son, Josh. His son's a little challenged, you know, about 32, 34, is that right?
Yeah.
You know, and guy had a red 55 Chevy, and he would often use because, you know, when I do a proclamation, I kind of want it to be special to that person, to be real to that person, and not just some generic, you know, whereas, therefore, that sort of legalese. And so a lot of folks said he would often say this one line. It was like, don't be a you know, dumb butt, you know. And there was another line in there that wasn't as like shocking, I guess, to some people. And so my assistant called me. He said, "Hey man, the legal department said they can't do that." They quote. And I said, "Really?" I said, "Well, let me call over there and talk to her." And lady's name's Anastasia. She said, "Representative, we just can't do that." And I said, "But look, this is this guy. This is who he was. This is real. This is authentic to him and his character. And no disrespect to him at all. My father was like that. He'd say whatever's on his mind." And she said, "Well, let me check with some other people." And she come back, "Well, I'm sorry, we just can't do it." So I said, "Am I the only one, first one's ever asked for this?" She said, "Yes, you are." I was like, "Yeah, I'm being a trailblazer, a pioneer." But I didn't get. I shared it at the funeral, and people knew. I didn't go through the words, but people knew what I was getting at. And then, and he had a beautiful red '55 Chevy, man.
Oh yeah.
And it was nice.
Yeah, he'd always. I don't think it ever rained on it, had it?
Oh, it was nice. And what I did to trip the crowd up, because these were all car guys, and I said his beloved red '57 Chevy, and I looked at the crowd, and people in the crowd go, "56!" They all hollered. I knew I was going to get some people, but I got to share with them my mother's dream, where I often share that scripture, John 14:2, "In my Father's house many mansions," and Jesus says, "I go to prepare a place for you," and if it wasn't true, I wouldn't be telling you this. I just think that is really, really neat, I like that where Jesus says, "If this wasn't true, I wouldn't be telling you this." I just think that's just pretty. It's just pretty real, it's authentic. And so I'd seen where this lady had passed, and I was kind of kin to her through my stepsister, but my stepsister had been dead for about 10 years, and her sons I considered my nephew, the Tomlins, Roger Tomlin or Michael Tomlin, Greg Tomlin, and I remember her husband got killed in front of the Omni Hut, drag racing. Roger, they were drag racing, and I was about 13, 14. I remember Miss Tomlin. I knew something bad happened out there at the Omni Hut. I was a little 13-year-old busboy working for $1.50 an hour. I knew there was a terrible accident out front, and I remember hearing the mom come in. I remember exactly where I was, and the folks familiar with Omni Hut, I was over by the little stone area where the water fountain was. If you go on to the right, I was pouring water, and I remember exactly where I was, and I heard Miss Tomlin come in, and I knew Miss Tomlin not real good, and she said, "My son is dead, my son is dead," and she was just crying, and Sally Walls was there, and Sally kind of comforted her. Sally was the first female police chief in the state. But I told Mom, I said, "Mom, just want to let you know that Miss Tomlin had passed away," and my mom was in nursing home for about a year, and I didn't really want to give her any bad news, but I had just shared that scripture, John 14:2, on Jennifer Tomlin's Facebook page, where she said Granny passed. So I go to my mom, hour later, said, "Mom, just want to let you know, Miss Tomlin passed away." And my mom said, "That's really strange." She goes, "I had a dream about Miss Tomlin last night." My mom was strong Christian, charismatic Catholic, Pentecostal like Catholic. And my mom said, "I had a strange dream about Miss Tomlin." And she said, "I seen her in a dream. And she was in front of these two beautiful mansions, two beautiful homes, and something peculiar," she said, "and they were under construction." All right, and get this. Now, even if you're an atheist and you knew stats, you'd have to think this is very telling. You know what she says then? Mom says, remember, Mom was 90 years old. She says, "And I seen Darlene standing beside her." Darlene had been dead for 10 years. Darlene was Miss Tomlin's granddaughter, her daughter-in-law. How do you explain that? How do you explain that with statistics?
You don't.
It's
a good wink.
I mean, is that not cool?
Yeah.
Anyways, it was
stories.
Great send off for Jerry Nash or Jerry Graham at the funeral. It was really, really good, and just a great guy. Just folks coming together. It wasn't Democrat, Republican, it wasn't black and white. It wasn't rich, poor, and it was just a good outpouring of support.
Oh yeah, he'll really be missed, man. He was a great guy. Well, you remember we had our picture made in front of Sam Davis home.
Yeah, did y'all ever find that?
No, Tony posted that a while back.
Oh, he did?
When he was in the hospital. Yeah. So that was really cool.
Well, you just never know. He went to the hospital for surgery, and a lot of times you think people are coming home, but you just never know. You never know when it's your last day. That's for sure. Roger, you had a few things you want to share.
Mike, we got all kind of things going on in Smyrna. This coming up weekend. I mean, it's 2 or 3 of them. Can I go ahead and go through all of them?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. First of all, I'm gonna give a shout out to Auto World. You know, your buddies Z and them over
Oh,
there.
yeah, good
Man, they
folks.
got a fantastic cars out there. I looked at them, man. They got some great cars there. And I'm gonna give a shout out to Wayne at FedEx. He's at Stones River Mall Boulevard. But anyway, what we got is every second Wednesday of the month we have bluegrass music. Sam Davis home 2 to 4.
Yeah.
And you can bring your instrument if you want to, or just sit and watch and listen. It's free. That's the second Wednesday every month. And we also got the charity pancake breakfast at the Sam Davis Masonic Lodge, which will be the 13th from 7 to 10 at 101 Married Law Drive across from Fitness Center. And that's the 13th. And Simply Smyrna's coming up. That's something else you can do. Is the 15th is it starts around 5 o'clock. And I did have a few notes right here. I ain't got my granddaughter here to pull it up for me. Yeah, it's the 15th annual Simply Smyrna celebration. It's Saturday, June the 13th from 5 to 9:30 in the historic Depot District, 101 Front Street. It's family friendly, 20 live music acts, over 100 vendors, and a vintage car meet, and a culturally diverse dance. You know anything about that, Mike?
I don't know
Can you
about
do
no
your
dancing.
YMCA dance
people.
to it? Is
Except
that
the
kind of
village
fitting
people.
that? Do what?
Except the village people.
Yeah. That's his dance.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think I covered it all there.
No, it's I'm gonna get a good photo of y'all. You wonder what I'm doing on my iPad here. No, but it was just great to see the community come together. In the world I live in, I see so much brokenness, and man, somebody called me the other day, their son's in prison. There's just, I don't get calls. It's like, hey, I got a pay raise, or we just celebrated 50th anniversary. I get calls when they're down and out and need help, but it was really good. And Tony had that proclamation framed up, and I told him, I said, don't break it.
Right.
He broke the glass. Well, he said, you know what his excuse was? Man, I had to get in and out of 5 different vehicles, and he dropped it. But I don't think nobody even knew. We just did it.
And I guarantee you probably bought that frame and stuff, didn't you?
No, he bought it.
Oh, did he?
No, man, I can't be buying
I know most of you do.
Well, they get expensive.
I know.
You keep doing all that. But it was great. We had a flag flown at the Capitol. I was waiting on the governor to sign it, and had to go back up to Nashville to get it. And Tony presented it to Josh. It was really sweet. And then see the firemen.
Yeah. I seen him in that truck with the helmet on and all that. So,
well, I called over there to dispatch. I didn't know if the firemen knew what was going on. I didn't know if somebody must have told them. But it was just really sweet. And Brian's a great guy, the chief.
Yeah.
He's in Rotary with me.
Oh yeah.
Anything going on with you?
No. Same old, man. Just hanging in there. Oh, we did take our first steps for that museum that Jenny was talking about last week.
Yeah.
Jenny is the president, and I'm on the board, but I'm not the. That's her. She's the mover and the shaker. So I'm on the board, and
good choice.
Yeah. So
you need somebody who can.
Yeah, who's
good at pulling people together.
Yeah.
Not everybody's that good at that.
Right.
Are you good at that?
No.
You gotta have a special gift to do that.
Yeah.
Like to herd cats. You ever tried to herd cats?
No.
It's hard.
Now the chili cook-off. That's a.
No, but I'm glad they put Anthony Johnson on. That's good.
Yeah, Anthony's on there, and Rick Hall's on there.
Yep.
And let's see, Miss Patsy Brown's on there.
Oh, Patsy's sweetheart. Seen her yesterday.
Nathan Hudson.
Yep.
And he's on there, and he's actually the VP. He was volunteered for that.
Well, the sad thing, a lot of these folks, man, they're passing away, man.
That's what Patsy's
you take Bo.
thing was
a lot
about.
of folks knew Bo Washington, Dr. George Smith, Frank Caperton. A lot of these folks aren't here with us, and hopefully next week, Charles Jones, 95-year-old Charles Jones,
we're gonna have a race.
You're friends with. Who grew up in Old Jefferson, is going to join us, and
we'll have a re-race though.
He called me the other day. He loaned. Maybe you could help me with this. He let Metro Police SWAT team, I guess, use the general hospital.
Use the hospital, yeah.
He owns, I guess, the hospital
He
up
owns
there.
the hospital, yeah.
I'm assuming. I guess it's a vacant building. I mean, I haven't been up there, and he used to own part of Hickory Mall, and as you know, he owns Milkway Farm. But he told me, he says, Mike, he said, got this problem. He said, I let them use that hospital, and tore it up. I guess practicing some demolition or something on some doors or something. And he said, I can't get nobody to return my call. And I said, you know what? I'm going to meet you up there next week, and I'm going to do a Facebook Live. and we're going to send a letter to Freddie O'Connell. We're going to send a letter to Chief Drake. You shouldn't have to do this. This guy's 95 years old, and you hate to think that people take advantage of seniors.
A rich senior at that.
A rich
who
senior.
cares about the community.
But he ain't even got with. But you know what's cool? He says, well, Mike, I've tried to work a deal, because he's a deal maker. He is a deal maker. So he likes the thrill of the deal.
Yeah.
Like kind of like Trump, you know. And he says, well, I want to try to do some bartering with him. Bartering.
Yeah. With
Metro, and I'm thinking, how are you going to barter with the government?
It's Charles.
Yeah, and he thought, well, I thought they may have some surplus something out there. I was like, hey, more power to you if you can put the deal together, you know. The Connor, let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Josh Moss with Affordable Heating and Cooling provides residential HVAC and duct cleaning.
Kinda old school. I might have fit in better 20 years ago. Jesus loves me, I'm a simple guy. Know what I believe, know that I'll survive. If I don't get your approval, I'll still sleep good tonight. I'm gonna keep on being me. The stars and stripes say I'm free, thanks to some good old boys like my Uncle Sam. Step on our flag and then you'll see you're gonna pay a tax for your free speech. You found the fighting side of me, and there's no apology. You can love who you wanna love, that don't bother me. Go on and get you some. If you like boys, it leaves more girls for me.
All right.
It's a neat sport for there, wasn't it there, buddy?
Most offensive song around the county. Connor, what do you think about that song? It just happened. It happened to come up on my YouTube, things just pop up.
Sure.
I was on the way in here, go get me my 6th, 7th cup of coffee today, and I was like, you know what, let's just play that, Anyway, JT Cooper, shout out JT, hope he's doing good, hadn't talked to him in a while. But, Connor, I think we've got a caller. Yeah. Caller, go ahead.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Hey, I heard you rode a bull, was it Friday?
That's not my first bull I've ridden.
Oh, wow. What was that you were over at Honky Tonk Bout?
Honky Tonk. It was right there on Front Street and the new area next to the old Regal Furniture, and they're doing great.
Did y'all have a good time?
Place. Oh, yeah, we were there. Right after we went to the Y Friday, we went for I probably was the first one to ride that day.
Really? Yeah, he came to Rotary with me Thursday, and then he was up here with Roger and I last week.
They are going to be great people.
I think he will.
They really opening to the community, and they really want to know people and get involved. And
I think he'll do good. Well, he's got the passion behind it,
I had those good old, and food is good too. We had the burnt. There was the steaks, but they're the burnt ends like they usually do barbecue, but they were doing steak, and it was an appetizer.
Well, Roger went down there. What'd you get, Roger?
Oh, I got the New York. I got the Philly, and I got my wife the chicken tenders with okra and macaroni.
Man, you're always buying your wife something.
What?
You spoil her?
Did you go for Roger? Were you at the soft opening? I guess you got.
Yeah. I left over there from that meeting. We had a meeting over there, and I just ate
I
some.
just went on Friday when they opened, and we were on our way over. So we also went to the Methodist men. Were having a tool sale, and they brought some more stuff over at the market on Saturday. So we had a talk about Smyrna and all the things, activities. There's always something to do, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. I was over, we're starting a museum, and Bean Brothers actually catered that. It was really good, and I ate that, so I went over and bought that food, so I got it to go, and I ate mine really a couple of 3 hours later, but it was really good, though, both places. I found out
they do DoorDash also. We can get DoorDash if we don't want to get out at Bean, and they may do it over there. They said they haven't got that far into deciding what they're going to deliver food yet because they're busy with everybody talking about the honky tonk.
But the best chili is actually over at the Front Street Pub. I mean, he's got some really good. You've heard about the chili over there, hadn't you, Mike?
I've heard it was really good.
I did go over and try that because you kept talking about it.
Well, Trish, did you ever go over there when it was a snake pit?
Oh, Mike, don't bring that up.
Use the back door?
No, I came in the front door. No, it was fun. But we love that story. And Jenny denies she was there, so that's okay.
No, I went in there years. My mother. I mean, I'm being serious. I'm trying to be funny. My mother always told me stay away from snake pit. Just as a kid, I just always heard it. So it's like one of them things that stay with you.
There was a shooting there, I think.
Yeah.
At one time.
And the great guy. He was up with us here a while back. Yeah. Nice fella and. I've heard
Thomas Williams.
Things.
Yeah, Thomas Williams. Yeah, the owner of the Front Street Pub. Yeah, he's also president of Simon now.
Oh, is he really?
You're talking in today's terms. Yes, it has improved. Yes. But I'm thinking
it's family friendly now.
Well, Trish, on that, Roger, speaking of that history committee, you need to get down there and share your story. I think
I will share.
Wasn't your husband one of the founding Rotarians in Smyrna?
Well, he was not a founder, but when we came in 1972, there were 7,000 people in Smyrna. And actually, Jenny's dad was one of the first people we met. And I'm going to always get political on her, but there were 4 Republicans.
Well, your husband, and with all due respect, isn't he the longest living Rotarian that we have?
He probably is at this stage, yes. So.
I mean, it was A.C. Puckett and Dick Johnson.
You didn't hear me. We're 28. I turned the numbers around.
Well, how old's Dr. Hobart? How old's he, Doc? Is he not that old?
Don't go into his age.
I don't think he's been at Rotary that long.
He's not that old. He's not that old.
Yeah. He goes.
I bet he's older than me, though.
But I'm saying, but not only is probably the oldest in age, he's probably the oldest member is what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, there's no age limit. In fact, when I got on the bull, you know, there's a age limit. I mean, not age limit, but they put in a little commercial, 8 to 80, and I told him, I said, well, you know, I'm 82, so you sure?
Well, he told me he had an 87-year-old lady that wrote it.
Oh,
what he told me. That's what he said.
Okay, then that's good. I didn't break the rules.
You just beat your record, didn't he? Hey,
but this is the year
write
that my Nash deaf son, Binkley, turned 28, and he was so cute because he said, Nana, we're now finally the same age, right?
Wow. Oh, wow. Yeah.
28, because I turned the numbers around.
Well, you wanted to share something real quick. Was it the place you visited the other day that I'm a big fan of?
We brag on our friend that has and Sean Miller, you know, he's on the board of the Greenhouse Ministries and just done so much with the community, and he's so good with his yard sale, and I've seen the business grow. You have to. He's over, you know, where the Crosslands Supply used to be, and he's just got so much. But I just was so telling Roger or somebody I was talking to about this young couple just got back from Japan, and Billy and I were both looking at a bidet. Mike, we don't know if you know what it is.
What is it? Oh, no. I don't know about that stuff.
But, I mean, it's things now that's but they just got back from Japan. She used to work at Nissan, and he was a young man. I mean, they were like in their 20s. And so but it was cute, though, because we were saying, well, I really was wanting one that had a battery instead of plugging in, but I guess I could get electrical work. But it was so cute. They turned around and said, well, I think you and your husband need this more than we do.
Oh, wow. No, Sean has everything over there.
But so I was going to say, yes, he's got everything from a bidet to
golf carts.
We bought 83-inch TV.
Yep.
You know what he had at the fundraiser for the Greenhouse Ministries? He had his golf cart driving us so we wouldn't have to walk to the party.
Really? He's got a little mini skid steer. He's had a hot tub over there. You know, I bartered all the hardwood floor in my house. I bartered for it.
I mean, electrical stuff. And, you know, there's all sorts of stuff for your bathrooms and lighting. And, I mean, you can just, right now, you know, they have all the sort of the lawn furniture. And, I mean, such good, I mean, people look at me sometimes and say, oh, you were married to a dentist. You don't have to do it. I love bargains.
Oh, exactly. Well, so does your husband. You know,
yes,
so does your husband.
And I worked in retail. And, you know, I sold cars, and I've worked for T. Edwards. So I don't want to pay the full price. I want a deal. I'm like Trump. I want a deal. Get the best I can get out of anything, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
No,
like
Sean's
that.
a great.
I'm
Sean's
not,
a great
I'm just
guy.
frugal.
Yeah.
I'm just frugal. But I think, anyway, I think they've done such a great job and lots of things that they've done with the community too. And
well, if you will, why don't next week or two, why don't we meet over at the honky tonk thing? I want to be there like on a Tuesday night or something that's real slow, not much going on.
You're going to have to get up and line dance.
No, I don't do that kind of stuff.
He does that YMCA dance.
I'm
That's the
extra
one he knows.
Caucasian.
Oh, well, I can teach you that one too.
I'm extra Caucasian. That means you have no dance moves.
Water, yes, you do. Water aerobics, you can do anything.
Yeah.
You can get in the water and do it.
Well, thanks, Trish. I think we may have John DeBerry on hold.
Oh,
John,
I want to hear that.
Well, listen in and thank you for all you do.
Guy.
You and your husband have done so much for the town of Smyrna and encouraging so many people. I mean, just give you a good example how God works. I remember when I won my election years ago, man, I just wanted to find some place that had peace. And it was either go over at Mapleview Cemetery and hang out with those people, or, and I thought, I'm going to go to Sam Davis Home. And I never go to Sam Davis Home. And I had me a cup of coffee from McDonald's, and I thought, I'm just rocked on that rocking chair. I was just trying to kind of get my head together because just, you know, things get stressful. And all of a sudden, you and your husband come driving up. You remember that?
Well, we call those God winks, right?
Is that not cool? Man,
yeah.
I just got to find some place that's a peaceful place to just go, man, just to chill.
Oh, it is. I mean, we used to sometimes, I'd go pick him up for lunch and go over there and have a picnic just between patients, you know, because when you drove in there, and of course, our daughter had her wedding reception there.
Yep.
And I mean, it's a wonderful place, and we are so proud to have it here. And I was even telling the couple that had it, I said, now, and there was someone sitting up there having lunch, and I said, you need to go over. Have you ever been to the Sam Davis Home? And he'd been here for like 10 years. And he said, No, where is it? So there's still people trying to find the Sam Davis.
Oh yeah, and I remember y'all were involved in that stuff when I was in like the 4th grade.
Oh,
How do you know?
She really was.
Marie
Well,
Ridley.
because I was a kid, didn't get to go on the field trip. I mean, you knew
I
that
know.
story. Don't let me
I
get
felt
off.
bad about that. I would come over there and got you if I'd
Is
known
that
that.
not? Is that not one of the saddest stories you ever heard?
It is
It's just
sad.
It really
The
is.
boy
And then
left
Roger's
behind.
laughing and giggling about
I
it.
want to cry every
You
time
know?
I hear it.
Isn't that sad? Anyways, well, hey, thank you, Trish, for all y'all do. Okay.
Well, we've been blessed with you also, and Roger, and just a great community. Y'all
Amen.
take care.
Take care now.
Bye-bye, Trish.
We'll see you.
Have a great week.
Michael, how y'all been doing?
We're doing great.
You had shoulder surgery.
Yeah, the doc said you should not probably play basketball with middle schoolers when you're 67
Is that what you were
years old.
doing?
Yeah.
Really?
Over in Israel.
Oh, Israel.
Yeah, I was in Israel playing with the kids downstairs in
Wow.
one of the churches. And
Really?
took a tumble and
You know, my pastor, Brother Hazard, shared something today, his sermon. He said, and I don't know if this is true. He said, America, meaning we're not replenishing, meaning the population. I think he said we're at 1.6.
That's very true.
And he said the highest country, now this is what he said, that's producing offspring was Israel. Have you heard that?
I've heard it. There's kids everywhere. And
That's-
here, people are not having kids.
Well, Israel is it's an outlier. Statistically, Israel is an outlier. Now, whether you like Israel or not, or whatever you want to say about them, hate them, love them, whatever, you got to look at it and say, man, this country stands out for a reason. Why does it stand out?
Well, I think there's a man upstairs that put his finger on it and said, "This is the country I want my people in."
Well, you've done some work over in the Middle East with what in
Kurdistan, in
Kurdistan?
Iraq. Yeah.
Yeah, we were just talking about my Roger. I guess that they hooked him up on fixing his car. Z and Baywar, Dilshad, and who was the other guy that helped you? Remember?
No, I just know I can't say their proper names, so I have to do the
You have to do the
names like
slang
the
names,
Sean,
yeah.
man, they're
Sean,
such
Z,
good-
and I
they're
think
great
what's the other
people.
one? Is it D or R? The other guy,
Great.
the
Dil-
brother, three
Dilshad.
brothers in there.
Dilshad looks real mean. He looks like he'd like just cut you with a knife, but man, he's they all got great hearts, you know. Dilshad, they're all such sweet people. I bought 30 cars from guys.
Yeah, they're good guys, good people.
Bought a Harley from one time. You know why I got a good deal?
Why?
None of them know how to ride a motorcycle.
I was going to say, probably didn't know how to ride one. Give them a truck with a 50 caliber on the back, they'll know how to do that.
Man, you shouldn't say that. that does have a kind of weird connotation. I'm gonna tell Z that he'll start laughing.
He's probably listening.
He
Z
may
listens.
be listening.
He does listen.
They
He
have
told me
such
that.
they have such an awesome story. The Kurds are some of the most humble people.
You know who they're
Yeah.
descended from? The Medes.
Well, now is that they've told me the wise men were from Kurdistan.
Yeah.
Now, is that
Yeah.
is that kind of true?
That's that whole area. And
Yeah.
the Kurds, the Russian czars and stuff would hire the Kurds to be their bodyguards because they're fierce.
Well, you know about the
They're
Peshmerga.
fierce fighters.
You know about the Peshmerga, the female fighters. Like the other foreign fighters don't want to get killed by a woman because they won't go to
They won't go
Israel.
To,
I mean, they won't go
they
to
won't go to the paradise.
paradise and have virgins and all that.
Wow.
That's what I've been told. I
Hadn't
heard there's
heard
some
that
mean
one.
fighters, man, and women.
They are mean fighters. You don't
know.
want to cross them.
But there's I went to the rally with them a couple months ago.
Did you?
It was the oddest thing. It was freezing cold, and he said, Mike, will you go up here with me? And I was like, I get a little uncomfortable, protests and rallies and stuff. It was like, you never know what you're getting into. I mean, you don't, for real.
You don't.
This last one, I thought I was going to get beat up if it wasn't for troopers, man. It was rough. It was like a movie scene from like Escape from New York or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not kidding you, man. It was rough.
There's a lot of people escaping from New York.
Oh yeah, they are. Sometimes I wish they'd stay in New
Was
York.
it women were going to beat you up,
Man,
Mike?
they were. I'm talking. They bust some rough people in. Man, they bust them in, and I guarantee they're paid.
Yeah.
Guarantee they're paid.
Sure.
Never heard more filthy cussing in my life from walking from the Capitol to Cordell Hull.
Really?
Phil Williams never covered that. No. The cussing, and I didn't get spit on. I didn't get hit.
No.
But I kind of wondered what would happen if the troopers wouldn't have ran down there. It was rough. They use intimidation.
Sure.
I mean, Antifa was at my house 6 or 7 years ago. You know that story. Trying to intimidate my family and woke up all my neighbors. So people said Antifa's not real. You tell that to the 7 cops that showed up at my house. You tell that to my son and my wife and my neighbors that all woke up at 4 in the morning. But anyways, one thing I've seen God use you is when you told the story about John DeBerry. You did that, the 4 videos. I guess you call it, what, like, not a mini doc. What would you call that?
It was like a 60 Minutes type thing.
Yeah.
You know, we sat down and really dug into his past and stuff. So, yeah.
And he's running for Shelby County Mayor.
Shelby County Mayor. Shelby County Mayor. Yep. Hope and pray and do whatever I can to help him get there.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be an uphill battle.
It will
He's
be.
kind of a Spencer Pratt of Tennessee. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he's not getting the attention that Spencer Pratt's getting.
Yeah, but Shelby County knows him. He's been their representative for 30 years.
Yeah, but will a lot of those folks vote Republican though?
I think they will. I think they're tired of
It's a broken-
it's a broken city.
You know, I was at Tennessee Tech and Jimmy Reed, Colonel Reed, invited me out there, and Ronnie Glenn, representative Democrat out of Montgomery County, and a great guy and veteran, and Bob Freeman, another good guy, and some young man brought up the redistricting, you know, that was controversial redistricting, and I had asked him, I said, when they kind of got to me, and I said, do you know who a man named John DeBerry is? And he didn't know who John DeBerry is. I said, you know how you don't know John DeBerry is because no one tells the story. I said, Democrat Party took John DeBerry off the ballot. You can't make this stuff up. John DeBerry marched with Dr. King. He was at the mountaintop speech the night before Dr. King got killed.
Right next to his dad.
You know, right there with his father. Was a 26-year lawmaker, pro-life. I mean, just let me tell you about when John DeBerry would speak. Remember the old commercial, E.F. Hutton?
Yeah, people listen.
Yeah, people would. I mean, the guy was a mover and a shaker. Whether you agree with him or not, didn't like was he a Democrat or whatever, the guy was a voice for Shelby County and Memphis, and they took him off the ballot. I didn't even know you could even do that. Just take somebody off the ballot.
Yeah, it was a weird little law that
Disenfranchised.
They did. Four guys did it in a room.
And so you know, you talk about, I call it demonic when you've got what John referred to it as a what's it called? He used a certain term, tribunal.
Yeah.
A tribunal.
Yeah.
Took him off the ballot.
Yep.
And then I was on that prayer call, and he got choked up. And Janice Bolin said, John, how you doing? It's like the next day or 2 days later, he got choked up, and I had, and I called him back, and I said, John, I said, you remember that quote that Dr. King gave when Dr. King was in that Birmingham jail? He said, it's not the words of your enemies that hurt the most, but the silence of your friends. I said, brother, you got some friends up here. And I'm not telling you I heard a voice, but something said, get with Michael Carnes, hire some filmmakers, and go to Memphis. And we did. We told a story.
Yeah.
And I shared that with Bill Lee. You wasn't out there when I had Bill Lee in at Smyrna Train Depot.
No.
And I brought up what they'd done to John. I had my friend Z there, the Kurdish guy.
Yeah.
And I used profanity when I introduced the governor. I said, you know what I like about this governor? I said, he gives the DAMN, cares about people in prison, cares about broken homes, cares about the fathers, cares about the breakdown of the family. Who does it but somebody that deeply cares? And guess what, the governor started crying.
Yeah.
He had a mask on because that was the first place he went to. It was a month later he hired John.
Yeah.
So I was telling this young man, what city is more broken than Memphis? Can you name one? Everybody in the entire room agreed Memphis is broken. Now you're going to have 3 voices. Rutherford County, we're going to have 2 voices. We don't see our congressman as it is. I'm just saying. They can get mad if they won't get mad at me, but I'm just being honest. I think we'll see Brent Taylor, Todd Warner, whoever it is, Charlotte Bergman or Jerry Thompson running. But I appreciate your efforts in going down there.
Well, it's a story that needs to be told. I mean, when people come out and stand for right, my grandfather used to always say, right's right. And John DeBerry is right more times than you can imagine.
I've never seen him wrong.
I've never seen him wrong.
And it'd be hard pressed if anybody wants to challenge me, debate me, man. We'll set up MTSU. I'd love to get John in, man.
Yeah.
But they would never allow that. They would suppress that so bad because that voice of his. I mean, this guy lived it.
Yeah.
And see, this is where I say a lot of this is demonic stuff because they had to get rid of him to rein in others to feed this wrong information and cause lack of civility and the chaos because John was structured, you know, and but I've seen, me personally, I wish he'd stay where he's at, which is with John, and then hopefully the next governor Hiram. He's the first African American to be on the first floor of state capitol.
Yeah.
That's never been told.
Yeah.
There's another story.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Phil Williams never told the story. Tennesseans never told this story.
Mm-mm.
CNN's never told this story.
Nope.
New York Times not going to tell the story.
And the thing is, he is so vocal, and yet he doesn't come across harsh.
Oh, I know.
It's just he just kind of hands you the truth on a plate, and he's just so good at that. I mean, he's been at the Tennessee Christian Chamber. You've been at the Tennessee Christian Chamber speaking, and we had more people there than you can count when he was there.
Yeah, we need to get him back in. Well, hopefully. So you feel confident he's going to win this race?
I'm pretty confident he will. I really am. I think he's solid. Well, I think he's got somebody on his side that it doesn't matter. I think God wants him there.
Yeah.
Because Memphis is a great city. It's a great part of Tennessee.
A lot of history.
I was born there, if you didn't know that.
For real?
I was born there in 1958. Yep.
What part of Memphis?
The southwestern.
I mean, I don't know much other than going down there
at the
and
hospital down
touring
there.
some schools. And I went down there with Joe Towns. Joe just got elected county court clerk down there. And it was about 6 years ago, 8 years ago. And I went to John's church years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Went down there.
We went there not too long
and
ago.
great guy. And I went to this 100 black men event. I say it was 100 black men and 3 white dudes. Me, William Lambert became our leader, and another guy, Jason something out of Montgomery County, Democrat, not nice fella. And I was curious how everybody's going to treat me. It was like a case study. Let me see how they're going to treat this, me being a white dude. How they're going to treat. But everybody was so nice, and Joe got me a cigar. Okay, and I had this cigar, and it was about 30 minutes later. Guy comes by and says, "Hey man, it'll be $25." I was like, "What? $25?" I would have took the scarf out. It's $25. But Joe's a great guy. Joe's one of them. He's a big. He comes across really tough, but he's got a really good heart about him. Yeah. And he was outspoken about what happened to DeBerry as well.
Yeah, it's sad that politics can do that, and nobody and nobody can do anything about it.
Well, the thing what I like about John, I went by John's new office over at the Capitol and sat with him, and I said, "John, have you met? Have you heard from anybody? You know, people that were coming against you, hating on you?" And he says, "Well, no, not really. You know." And he's such a gentleman and such a statesman. And I said,
That's
"Well,
a great word."
I said, "Well, doesn't the Bible say something about like forgiveness is heaping?" And I changed it around where it's you throwing coals at people, throwing them hot coals and hitting them in the head. He goes, "No, Mike, it's not worded that way. Just mess with him." But I like his opponent, the guy that beat him. Torrey Harris is a nice fella. And what I liked about Torrey, I thanked him in committee one day in finance or we were on the committee together, and people they thought I was going to do something controversial when I called him out, but he got a picture with John after he had won. And I just said, "Man, I appreciate you being such a gentleman." And Torrey said he really is a class act of a guy, and I think they get along good.
John gets along with just about everybody I know. Even if he disagrees with them, he'll still get along with them.
Well, I could see his story. Sadly, I don't think. I mean, people like you and I, we see it. Other people don't see it. There's a movie with him. If he wins this Memphis race, there's a movie there.
Sure.
Sadly, Hollywood probably never going to tell it.
No, but we are the new Hollywood, so we'll tell it.
What's that? You've got your own production company.
I've got my own production company here and all, and there's lots going on around here. And anyway, so yeah, we'll just do it here.
How do you find funding for ideas and films like that?
Knock on doors.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you've got the sweet deals with the big studios, it's finding investors that believe in the stories that you believe in. I've got 3 right on my desk right now. One on abortion, one on...
You call them treatments? Call them treatments?
Well, actual full scripts.
Oh, okay.
I got full scripts. One on abortion, one on adoption, and one on PTSD with Jennifer O'Neill. And they all need funding.
Post-traumatic stress, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
She has a horse farm out in...
Oh, I've heard of this.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, she's a sweet lady. Sweet lady.
Why don't you set up a tour with the Tennessee General Assembly? We'll get some folks come out there.
Love that. I'll give Jennifer
Well, John,
a call.
the guy the song I played earlier, JT Cooper, he's a big advocate. He does that warrior rounds, the music therapy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and that goes along with the equestrian therapy. So.
Yeah. Well, when you first started hearing about that, did you kind of think, what is this? How do you say it?
The equestrian therapy.
Did you think, oh man, what kind of therapy
No,
is this?
I mean,
Is this really serious?
I put a lot of time in Texas, so I know horses, and horses have a bond, and there's something that emotionally connects. And I've seen people change just being around horses because the horses can feel you.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing.
Leslie, are you into horses? You like horses?
She's got a horse story.
Oh, really? Well, share it.
You
Just get there. You go. Get close to the microphone.
No, I grew up in the city and grew up, and somehow I ended up out in the forest of Arizona for about 3 years.
Really? What part of Arizona?
Up in the mountains,
Okay.
Sholo, so up there, but ended up with a horse.
Yeah.
And then taking care of 4 other horses, and so the city girl learned how to muck a stall. And
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We nicknamed him Stupid Horse, but
Really?
yeah.
Well, I
He was
went out
good.
to Arizona a couple of years ago. My son and I went out there, and you know, it never really interests me. But one thing I noticed is, I always thought, you know, we're the Bible buckle and all that, and we landed at the Phoenix airport, and I noticed it was real kind of peaceful. It was really kind of quiet, and then I happened to see a guy I knew at the airport. He's like, Mike Sparks. He hollers at me. And I was like, whoa, I was surprised to see this guy. And I was going to rent a vehicle, and I did that 6th car rental, something like that. And he's with a group called, it's like grassroots kind of thing. I forgot, can't think of they put out a magazine, I forgot the name of it, but great guy. And my son and I went and stayed off we booked late, so I couldn't stay at the site. I had to stay way off. And then we drove up to Hoover Dam and drove up to Grand Canyon. And you know what was interesting with this is, I don't know if Roger, if you've been out west, I never heard a siren. I never seen a car accident. Now, I was in what's the area that's right next to it? That's there's Phoenix, and what's an area right near?
Mesa.
No,
Tucson.
it was.
Well, I've been to Flagstaff. I know
It's a little high rent district. It was a little. It's right outside.
Oh yeah, Scottsdale.
Yeah. And it was just beautiful out there. Yeah. And you know, we were traveling, and I thought, man, I'd like to just camp like out in the desert. And then I was kind of thinking, man, I don't know if I want to camp out in the desert.
It's awfully hot.
But
and a lot of snakes.
it was just really peaceful. And I'll tell you what was significant about this. This is why this is kind of in my mind. Is we got an Uber home, and I come out Haywood Lane, and there was a terrible car accident on Haywood and I-24. I mean, it was, I don't know if it's a fatality, but it was just, you seen 3 or 4 big cars mangled up, pickup truck mangled up, traffic all stopped. And I thought, man, here we were in Arizona for 4 or 5 days, so peaceful. And I see Nashville just chaotic. And I hate to say that, you know, because I love this area.
Yeah, it's more and more coming in. They're coming in right and left. Which, if I can make a little flip over, you know, we mentioned about the Tennessee Christian Chamber that you've been to, John's been to. We have a big luncheon coming up next.
Brentwood Baptist?
Brentwood Baptist on the 16th.
Yeah.
So, and I love Trish because, and what you're doing here, because it's all about community.
Yeah.
We're all about community. And that's what the Tennessee Christian Chamber is. It's about businesses that are run by or owned by Christians, and it's community, getting to know each other. You know, your auto shop guy or your donut guy,
Danny
or whoever.
Burr,
you know,
Jim Africano.
Yeah. So the
Josh
16th,
Moss.
Yep. So I mean, it's a big deal. It's the Tennessee Christian Chamber, so it is for
what
the
are
state.
dues? How much are dues there?
$250 a year.
Is it
a year?
Yeah.
So yeah, and we're now connected to the U.S. Christian Chamber as well.
Yeah.
So there's.
Well, let me ask you this, and I'm going to play devil's advocate,
Sure.
and I know that I probably shouldn't share this on the radio, but when I had my car business, every time somebody would tell me they were a pastor or something, I was like, I put my guard up. I mean, I shouldn't say that live on radio, but I remember when my dad died, I was having to liquidate a lot of his. My dad left a lot of cars. It was three Lincolns, 3 El Caminos, 3 tow dollies, 3 trucks, 3 vans. It was like 3s for some reason, and he made you work for everything. So every vehicle I had to work on, there was always something wrong with it. But I remember a pastor, and it wasn't a local guy. I remember was like, want me to give him a car. I just thought, and I just got turned off. So what do you say to people that like, man, I don't know. You know, I've had a few people. I got burned that in the name of Christianity. I got burned.
You're looking at one of them.
You know,
in my business, I've been burned a lot.
Yeah.
People are people, whether you have a Christian name on it or not.
How do you check people out then?
Just go to the spirit, you know.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that person? Because Christians can screw you just as much as an atheist.
Well, Reagan said trust but verify.
Yeah, trust but verify. And that's kind of what the Tennessee Christian Chamber does.
Yeah.
Is we're verifying the people
y'all
coming
vet
in.
folks.
We if they get out of line or we hear things from them that are negative, we'll make
what
some
if somebody wanted to join? Say it's a like transmission shops. I don't trust HVAC people. And I don't trust dentists. And now I love Dr. Nash that just called in. I love them. I love Scott Greer, Transmission Master. I love Josh Moss, Affordable Heating and Care. You know, but I've been burned by all three of those people. And you know, you got to put your guard up. But do y'all go back and look at their feedback, or how do you?
We will see the reviews and stuff, and we'll hear from people because we get to know each other pretty well. That's what we're about. And if somebody, I mean, just like in a family, you have all these kids, and then there's the one. It's just the same thing. There's all of these people, and then there's the one. You just go. You call them out. You have to. I mean, I've been actually when I was in Israel, I was moved to the board chair. So I'm now the board chair of the Tennessee Christian. Yeah. I was voluntold while I was gone. So, but it's about caring for one another. It really is, and lifting each other up. And you know, just on the tail end of that, at the end of July, there's a big Christian Kingdom Business Conference at the JW Marriott. We're going to have 2 days at the JW.
And that's what day
that's
again?
Ignite Kingdom Business, and that's the 24th and 25th of July at the JW. And there's like people coming from all over the nation to come there.
Yeah.
So this whole concept, and as much as I love the entertainment world and Christian films and what it could do, like we did with John DeBerry, the marketplace is the new ministry place.
Yeah.
Because people that will never step in church will step into an auto shop that's owned by a Christian.
Yeah.
And that might be the only time they get Jesus.
Well, we've been doing speaking of that, we've got Crusader Automotive that was advertised with us. Eric Ritchie, he's working on a documentary, the Great American Road Rally about Route 66. I think in September they're starting. CW Network. And they've got the guy. Who is that guy with that TV show, 90210? Ian.
Yeah.
Ian something.
Last name, yeah.
Ian or Ian?
Yeah, Ian.
And they've got, is it Greg Brady?
Yeah, and they got
Brady
the
Bunch?
original, they got the original Daisy Duke. They've got Hall and Oates. They got John Oates. And
John Oates.
John
Oates is
you know
around
John
here.
Oates?
Yeah.
They're all car guys, and Mike, I think, is going to be riding with the Village people. They're going to be a group.
No, I don't. I mean, I thought about going up there. You know, it's. I think it'd be pretty neat.
That'd be a great show.
But Eric started a Bible study over at Crusader, and the way he did it, it's Sunday mornings at 8:00. I don't get to go over because I got my own Sunday school to do. But he wrote this manual. It's so cool. He put this manual together. It's like a shop manual for men. And he talks about the body shop, your outward, we're exercising. He talked about your spirit, mental health. Man, it's really, I thought he bought it at Lifeway. He designed this thing. Wow. But he's got a Shelby clone he's working on. He's got some old Chevelles. He got all kinds of cars in there. And I'm doing some bartering with him. I got him working on a Mercedes convertible. I need to sell it if you know anybody want to buy one. And it's a nice car, But anyways, I'll hook you up.
There you go. There you go.
But Eric, if anybody wants to join us, he's thinking about doing. Can we talk about that on the radio? The thing next door.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I have. Yeah, he's thinking about doing a little drive-in movie next door to his place, right there in the heart of the old part of Smyrna.
Have him get hold of me because I'm dealing with that with the Mule House in Columbia, and I mean it's a great thing, but you got to pay for the movies.
Right. All this, he's pretty slick. He's pretty slick on his stuff, but he's going to have a stage converts to a movie, but it only park about 80 cars. He'd have like classic car night.
Oh man!
I think in fact the way he's doing it, he probably not even look to make any money. He's looking just for the fun of it. Just for the fun of it. To do it. But it'd be right downtown area, right there.
It's a beautiful facility. He's got some car. In fact, I wrote a story about it. Is it called, what was that car called? Carrison or what was that car? Looks like Corvette. The guy was in business
Oh.
back in like 58, 62.
Yeah.
And went bankrupt and the place burned. It's some rare cars that he's got one of them in there.
Oh, he had Elvis's thing. He just sold it on Meacham's. That was that. What was that guy's name? Elvis's lead guitarist. The later one, Burton. I think his name. Last name was Burton.
Yeah, what was his name?
Anyway, he just sold that at Meacham for Burton. They got 130,000 for it. Had 200 miles on it.
Wow.
But he did all the restoration on it and stuff. I watched the auction.
Yeah,
In fact,
it's a beautiful
I went down there when he
place.
loaded it up. He called me and I filmed it loading it up and he told a real quick story about it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful facility. I was trying to look.
That old Cadillac, man, he got it all. He's gonna drive it in the rally, I believe.
I said, man, who does this car belong to? Guess who it belonged to? A CIA agent. Yeah, he can't tell me the name though.
Yeah, they're going to route the whole
They'd
Route
have to
66 all the way to
kill
Santa
it.
Monica. They're going to drive it. Take I guess
That'd
what,
be
a couple
awesome.
months. They're going to run the show for 12 weeks, I believe, like a little delay, 1
Yeah.
hour at prime times.
That car's called a Kellison. So if anyone wants to check that, go to Crusader Automotive. Just check out that Kellison. And he'd probably sell it if somebody wanted it. But shout out to John DeBerry, Mike Carnes, Leslie. Appreciate what you do, and I've seen God use you at work. And folks want to see the documentary, go to John DeBerry, Mike Sparks on YouTube. There's 4 parts to it. Thank you, Connor. Thank you, Roger.
All right, thank you.